1090 AM, WILD, a Radio 1 station, is doing their part to measure the movement. Reverend Al Sharpton's National Action Network proudly presents Measuring the Movement, a TV1 special presentation hosted and moderated by Tom Joyner from the Tom Joyner Morning Show and Roland Martin from TV1's Washington Watch, live from New York. And now, time to measure the movement, courtesy of TV1.
And a reminder, 1090 AM WILD here in Boston is the only African-American radio station that is representative of what the Reverend Al Sharpton, Tom Joyner, and Roland Martin and others are putting together to measure the movement, hosted and moderated by Tom Joyner and Roland Martin.
Welcome back to this TV1 special, First Corinthian Baptist Church in Harlem. Going to go back to Tom Joyner with a comment from the web. Then we're going to get some commitments here. Tom.
Okay. Toya from Charlotte. I have diabetes and no health insurance. By the time the health reform bill kicks in, I may be dead. What's the point?
All right. That's a good comment there. One of the points we talked about in this section dealing with commitments. And so one of the questions prior to that from the audience, Tom, dealt with this whole issue, bipartisanship. Angela Saylor, Republican National Committee, where will the RNC, what's the commitment they're going to make to African Americans to deal with the particular issues we talked about when it comes to politics? What's that commitment?
Well, when we start talking about getting boots on the ground and turning things out to true grassroots advocacy, we are open for business. Our community needs to know we're open for business. And in addition to us, through our chairman, Michael Steele, coming to the community, right, we are inviting the community to also come to us.
So what is the RNC going to do? The next 12 months.
Our doors are open. Our candidates are ready to hear the agenda of our community. You have a chairman in place who's willing to push that agenda. But what we need, what Chairman Steele needs, is for the great leaders here on this stage and ones who are not here to help push our people back to right, our members and leaders to say this is what we need for our life, for our liberty, and for our legacy.
Politics. 1 second. No. This is all about commitment. It's all Ben, from political standpoint, what is the NAACP committing to for the next 12 months?
Well, right now we have 2,000 volunteers in 100 places, increasing the census count by 5%. For each 100 more people we get counted, that's $1.2 million that comes back to that place. So that's what we're doing right now.
All right. Mark Morial.
The National Urban League, we focus on jobs, and through our affiliate network, we're going to commit to try to assist 10,000 people in finding employment in the next 12 months.
Danny Bakewell, what is the Black Press going to do?
Black Press, as usual, is going to get the word out to our people in every community throughout this country. We're going to make sure that the black community's agenda is not only put in the homes of black people. This is the most tried, true, and trusted organ. But we're going to put black people's agenda on the agenda of the politicians and the business people in America. And we're going to demand respect and reciprocity. Nothing else will do.
I need a specific. No, here's the deal. I need a specific. So, of the individual commitments folks make here, are you going to send it out to your papers and have them reprint what the folks here said they're going to commit to, hold them accountable locally?
We will absolutely do that.
Got it. All right. I want to go to Laura. What are folks going to do? What is your one commitment when it comes to politics?
I'm going to work really hard to teach people that they're not just Democrats and Republicans in this country. There are independents. In New York City, I will be working over the next 12 months on the issue of nonpartisan elections. There are close to 1 million registered independents who cannot vote. 20% of them are African American, 24% Latino, 11% Asian, and the 25% of them are under the age of 30. So I'm here to ask Reverend Sharpton and to use his influence, both for him to join me in this fight for nonpartisans and to use his influence to get black leadership. The reason why people aren't voting is because they're locked out of the primary.
But folks, we need specifics. Make your point. Next person. Calvin, what is your organization going to do specifically over the next 12 months on this political agenda?
I've talked to Reverend Sharpton about this, and singularly try to have more collaboration and cooperation between black elected officials and the Action Network and NAACP, Urban League, and those other organizations, because after all, the activism is, and we need a better collaboration and cooperation between the public side, the only people in America that set public policy are elected officials.
Gotcha.
These organizations influence public policy. So therefore, the agitation is not in the washing machine. The washing machine don't clean the clothes, it's the agitation.
Leslie.
So with that in mind, if we want to get to the heart of the matter, we must marry politics and community activism, because that's what cleans the clothes, is the agitation.
Leslie, what will HBCUs to commit to?
NAFIO is committed to putting the 500,000 students that are in HBCUs and PBIs out in the communities for elections, nonpartisan elections, through the National Coalition on Black Civic Participation. But we're also committed to the pipeline, preparing and bringing along the next candidates. So we've got to have early childhood, mandatory 0 to 5 early childhood education. We've got to have upward bound programs.
But the specific right now is 500,000 students, put them in the streets when it comes to the next election.
And
is that
policy,
it?
Because you can't separate it. We've got to have the pipeline, 0 to 5, mandatory early childhood, upward bound programs, opportunity.
I need the Leslie, I need the 500 again, real quick. 500. One specific, moving to the next one, 500,000. Folks, I got to go to our next topic. Again, we're going to come back to some of the folks in terms of getting the specific. That's why we got to get to those particular points there. Folks, you can also give us your questions online, send us an email on Twitter as well. Up next, we're dealing with economic power.
Stay tuned for more of Measuring the Movement, and stay with News Talk 1090 AM WILD Boston, where information is power.